So I'm going to be building out 3 integrations for you guys. One for an EverFit fitness application, so integrating a subscription type service for them. 2 is a Twilio WhatsApp integration with the CRM. And then finally, the best for last, I'm basically a bilingual AI voice agent, which helps gets leads for real estate business, both for Spanish and English speaking users. So I'll be going through these real world business applications. All these businesses are basically from Upwork. I look at all the jobs that are available in Upwork, and then I go through each one and pick out my favorite ones, and then put up a full-blown guide for you guys. You can check out the guides in the free school community below, and if you're a business and you want to work with me and create automations or improve your business and create more revenue for your business, please submit your request at jegnia.com. The link will also be below. So yeah, let's just get started and on with the video. All right, so let's look at this job posting. So this is Twilio and WhatsApp automatic email SMS campaign. So, okay, let's just go through this and read it over, and then we can discuss the implementation and things like that. So here's the polished Upwork job posting that way, okay. So Twilio, we're looking for an experienced developer to complete the communication infrastructure for a rapid growing CRM platform, Luminera. Luminera is an AI-powered CRM and ERP platform built for the window, door, and glass industry. We already have a working system. I need an expert to implement and optimize our communication and automation features. So we need someone with extensive experience in Twilio SMS, WhatsApp, business API, email automation, marketing automation, customer journey automation, API integration, base 44 application development, or ability to learn quickly. So let's just go over some of these. Twilio Voice and Twilio SMS. If you don't know, Twilio is basically kind of like the go-to place for people when they're dealing with anything that's phone related or like SMS related. So you can create like different numbers and things like that and whatnot, and get like verified numbers. And it makes sense for them to be using this. So platform for everything. So if you can see this, you can connect a bunch of things. So it goes through your mobile phone. It's very code friendly. So it's good for developers to easily integrate different things. I guess they've added like AI agents and stuff like that as well. So they've improved the platform greatly. And so WhatsApp Business API. So WhatsApp Business API actually can also goes through Twilio, I believe. So WhatsApp API developers. So yeah, so there's quite a lot of things that Twilio develops with as well. So the WhatsApp development, so your business messaging bot for customer engagement. So this is the business page, and for developers, developer links platforms. I'm sure that's pretty useful for this operation here. And then email automation, depending on what they're using right now, could be any number of automation tools for that. Marketing automation, customer journey automation. I guess customer journey would be something like the customer comes in, goes through a certain fills out a form. What happens after that? What happens after that? And then the final connection with someone, setting up meetings or things like that. And yeah. So customer journey API integrations. Base 44. If you don't know what Base 44 is, it's also like a no-code platform. So it's like one-shotting applications. I'm not a huge fan of stuff like this, but yeah, it's just a no-code platform essentially. You can use words to create applications and things like that. So I'm sure that's what they've used heavily for this, and that's why they're kind of asking for help to get to like the finish line here. So Twilio, complete 2 Twilio integrations, configure messaging services, complete A2P registration and compliance, incoming and outgoing SMS. Okay, so emails, complete email integration, automated campaigns, marketing automation. So build automated workflows, including lead nurturing. Yeah, so this is kind of what I was talking about before. Let's see, lead nurturing, quote follow-ups, appointment reminders, installation schedules, customer satisfaction requests, sales drip campaigns, and then there's CRM automation, implement intelligent automations such as automatic task creations, pipeline movements, AI assisted follow-up registrations. Future work is intended to become a long-term engagement. Future projects include AI voice agent, automatic appointments scheduled, power dialer, click-to-call, ongoing feature development, recurrent experience, Twilio experience, WhatsApp business API integration, CRM development, JavaScript, TypeScript, modern web applications, experience with AI-enabled CRM problem is highly desirable. And yeah, so so I put together kind of like an implementation doc that I'll be giving to you guys as well. So this is the documentation. Kind of goes step by step of how I would implement this, whether that's like the MVP version or like the eventual full-on blown MVP for this. So this is kind of like a good starting point and where you can go from. So what you will have a working audible communication path that accepts inbound SMS and WhatsApp messages, writes them to a durable ledger. Durable ledger is just like a database or something like that for you to keep information. Syncs them to Luminera, which is the platform that they're making. Supports agents, replies records, delivers outcomes, and logs missed calls or voicemails without creating duplicate customer visible effects. Yeah, so first working results. So when you start with, so what we're starting with is one authorized synthetic inbound SMS or WhatsApp message. So there's like an alert that comes through. So the safe result will be one durable message row, one thread, one Luminar timeline entry, and one trace ID. A replay of the same Twilio webhook. The original provider SID is reused, so no duplicates. An agent replies from Luminera. One policy checker provides send with its Twilio SID and status lifecycle. An invalid signature opt-out expired WhatsApp, so the workflow stops or enters review required. So basically, the workflow is there's a Twilio channel and then communication middleware. So it'll be something like item potency policies or something of that sort. And then Postgres ledger. So we'll keep any information in a Postgres database for threads, messages, calls, everything, whatnot. And then some sort of base 44 sync function. So authentication services allow for us to sync it as well. And then Luminera and base 44 kind of works together, holding all the contacts, timelines, and inboxes. So we're going to build it in this order. So before we start, it's good to always look at this section. This guide covers the proposal communication core, Twilio SMS, WhatsApp business, inbound voice, calls a shared team inbox data path, base 44 CRM synchronization, email campaigns, marketing journey builders, AI suggestions, power dialers, and multi-tenant customer provision. That'll be more late in later phases. So yeah, let's just create these first though. So before you start the project, you really need to look at what you need to register first. So Twilio, it takes some time to get those approvals for some of the things in the platform. So Twilio project, what it owns, SMS, WhatsApp, and voice providers, create this. Use a dedicated development sub count or test project scoped API key. Messaging service, send configuration, create one for approved phase 1, use case, and then WhatsApp sender. Use Twilio's self sign up, verify ownership by OTP, and submit templates immediately. So there's middleware as well for webhook verifications, policy item potency keys. So we can use it with created with TypeScript and Fastify. And we can deploy this service like kind of separately on like fly.io or some sort of AWS service. Postgres, that's self-explanatory. We don't have to use Postgres. We can also use Supabase or something like that for simpler development. Base 44 functions. So these are just functions. We can actually Google this. Let's look at it. Functions. So base 44. Backend functions overview. So you run on Dino. It's similar to edge functions in Supabase, where you can kind of set up kind of like a mini server with like instructions for code. So so basically, if you want something to happen at a certain time, if you want something to happen as soon as like a webhook event happens, and then it would run the code that's dealing with this webhook function, and then maybe like create a row in the table or make a send quick text message or something like that. So those what those functions are for. And then a human queue. Yeah, so and then we can go through each step. So first we create the development account for Twilio. The Fastify webhook service gets it and then submits it to the Postgres QL database, and then base44 test app. And then create a ledger that prevents duplicates. So we also don't want any duplicate messages or anything like that. So a normalized communication contract plus a transactional outbox. So you use Twilio's message ID as a unique key for inbound messages and status events. And then, yeah, so that's kind of like directly for that section. So, and then we also need a test for receiving SMS and WhatsApp safely. So we'll have a post endpoint, webhooks, Twilio, and messages. So webhook, so like that's like the endpoint address, and then signature validation, tenant resolution, durable claim, and then outbox. Next would be sync the conversation into Luminera. So since we don't know what the full extent of the Luminera platform is, we kind of have to guess what it is. So we'll have an outbox worker, authenticated base HTTP function, and then service role entity upserts, and then acknowledgement. So so this is kind of how the step-by-step would go. So give every deployed base44 function HTTP endpoint and authenticate middleware cloud calls with a timestamp, agent MAC, or equivalent service to service controller, upsert by external thread ID or external message ID. Return any 200 errors or like 200 HTTP responses only after the entity writes commits. The middleware marks down the outbox row delivered, and then for the first UI, pull the thread list 35 seconds, add real-time transports only after the durable path and permissions are proven. This may sound a little bit complicated, but as you go through it, you can like go back and forth with ChatGPT or something like that and kind of get a step-by-step. Oh, and I'll also try to make like a full-blown video kind of highlighting how all of this goes through. Send agent replies and WhatsApp templates. So this is another one for Luminara inbox. Posts as another endpoint for messages. And then Twilio message API and status callback. And then we'll add inbound voice missed calls and voicemails. So we're just going step by step of all the requirements. So we'll have used the Twilio voice webhook, and then the TwyML. I don't even know how to say this dial. So let's just look at what this is. So it's the voice API. So this is basically just create custom web calling experiences. Building a web-based voice calling from scratch can be difficult and time-consuming with voice SDA. We've dealt with that, so you can focus on building quickly and communally. So it's just embedding the voice application into our build, and then dial action callback voicemails, and then eventually the base 44 call task sync. And then the next feature, prove the complete path cut over safely. So the automatic fixtures provide sandbox, staging, and things like that. So it's like the kind of like the final stages of it. And we also have some technical documentation here, just for overall failure scenarios. So we need item dependency keys, retries, so retries whenever things fail. Handoff, so the owner receives trace IDs, channel current states, last providers, secrets, make sure that's in our secret manager in base 44. Privacy and reconciliation. So this is kind of like the practical 4-week plan. And then we also have a bunch of setup references here, both Twilio and base 44 links that would be useful for making this build. So that's basically the overall summary of how this would be built. If you guys want me to build this, please leave a comment, and I'll have a full-blown build ready for you guys sometime this week. And please vote on the other ones too. so that I can continuously build out like the full-blown version, so you guys can follow me step by step. But all right, so this is the next job posting from Upwork. We're just gonna review this one again and then go through the implementation that I was looking at, so that I put together. So this is an automation and tech specialist for online fitness membership platforms. So we're launching a new online fitness membership business and are looking for an experienced tech automation specialist to help us build the backend systems and customer journey. The branding, website direction, overall customer flow have already been mapped out. We now need someone who can take this and build a simple, reliable, and scalable system. The project will involve connecting website and checkout, recurring subscription payments, EverFit. Let's look at EverFit. I'm sure a lot of you guys don't know what that is. Software for gym owners. No, EverFit. App for professional fitness professionals. So I guess it's like something that's very tailored for the fitness community. So let's go. So when you guys get these jobs, like these are the kind of things that you want to do. You want to look at the features or like the tools that your clients are actually using and get like a real good feel of what it is and what it kind of has to offer. So what I would do is just go to the website, the all-in-one platform for nutrition coaches to level up your business, all-in-one platform for sports coaches. So it's like overall system for just health and fitness. Exactly. So health and fitness coaching. So features. So they have a bunch of features there, workout programming, and then I'm sure they have like an API or something for us to connect to. Is there a developer tool or something like that? Nutrition, automation features. So automations here. So save percentage time with simultaneous client training automations. Efforts for your group training made easy. So it's like it's actually very pretty cool, right? Affiliate program. So, and what do we want to do with this? Recurring subscription, client onboarding forms, email automations, online community access, membership access, and cancellation. A key part of this project will be automating the customer journey from purchasing through to onboarding and ongoing program delivery. So I guess they use all these platforms to deliver fitness like membership, I guess, just to keep up with them. Experience with Everfit is highly preferred along with experience in membership subscription business, Zapier, Maker, API integrations, payment and subscription automation, CRM, email automation, online fitness coach platforms, and automated onboarding flows. For startups, so we're looking for someone who can keep the initial build streamlined and cost effective while setting up the right foundation to scale. This would ideally be one-off setup build project, initially with the potential for ongoing maintenance, support, and further development as the business grows. When applying, please include your experience with similar projects, whether you've worked with Everfit before, your approximate availability timeframe, and your preferred project rate. Further details, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so then I'll just jump into the implementation. So this is the automated online fitness membership platform implementation doc. So Stripe first life cycle automation across checkouts, EverFit onboarding, email community, and cancellation. Well, you will have a reliable member journey from paid subscription to provision access, payment recovery, cancellation, and audible revocation. One successful Stripe test subscription, the safe result is one membership record and one set of access across the chosen providers. A replay of the same Stripe events. Existing events and options are reused, so no duplicate invites, emails, or community seat appears. A failed payment or provider outage access follows the document grace policy, and the failed action enters a visible retry. So this is the basic workflow fitness membership platform. So first the checkout. So the existing website Stripe hosts page. So we connect Stripe to their backend endpoint for whatever the website or the application tool. Stripe billing truth portal, so it goes to the Stripe kind of platform or checkout page. Durable ledger, so this is something like Supabase or like Postgres or something that kind of takes note of what happened in that transaction, whether it was successful or whatnot. Make router, so desired action. So after this either failed or it succeeded, we'll have like a router in make.com to kind of facilitate other actions, and then that'll go into Everfit, email, or whatever community. So from our make kind of scenario, we can do a bunch of other things. So if you guys don't know what make.com is, I'm sure a lot of you guys know if you're watching this for just how to make automation and stuff like that. I'm sure you guys are all very familiar. So it's basically a place where it's very low level, no code type of automations. You can go here and basically connect any of your applications to it. There's pre-built apps that you can, instead of coding things like this and kind of maintaining your own platform, this is actually a really good place for you to start, and kind of where I first started automations and stuff like that. Like, I've always been a software engineer, but I've also been introduced to this stuff like this, so it just makes things very easy. And if you're a software engineer yourself, things like this are like really nice and really easy to integrate into your own kind of knowledge base, and just another tool in your toolbox, right? So I can actually go into this and see if there's any Everfit endpoints or anything like that. So if there's no like apps that you're using, you would have to do some custom functions or things like that. But for these triggers, you can connect like your email, Gmails, and things like that. And if there's like other things you want to do, send it to Airtable. I wonder if they have Supabase. Yeah, Supabase, you can connect Supabase. So things can become very easy to do. So there's like OpenAI integrations as well. So if you need to do something like that, you can also integrate OpenAI into this. So yeah, so the first things that you want to actually do is create a Stripe account. So you can actually go to Stripe developers, I believe it is. Go here, Stripe site, complete payment. So get started, start and create your test account. So you definitely want to use a test account so that when you're actually creating any of these build outs using Stripe, you can use the test account to test the actual whole workflow. Supabase project as well. If you guys haven't gone to and used Supabase, that's so funny. Lovable is the first thing you see when you search Supabase. MongoDB, no, Supabase is here. So you start your project. Just start a new project. It'll be free to start initially, so you can have like a free build out. It's basically a Postgres database that's very efficient. Not efficient, but like it's very easy to use and very user friendly. So creating this for our backend and like durable ledger. You can also create a make.com teams. As I like kind of showed you just now, like just for the automations and stuff like that. And Everfit Sandbox Workspace, fitness clients, and onboarding flow, and optional forum access. Email sandbox as well, and community sandbox, member seats or roles, and onboarding form. That'll be like something that they provide you for you in their fitness app. So life cycle contracts. So there's also some environment functions that you can look at. So let me just fit workspace fit developer Everfit. So yeah, choosing Everfit Academy. Yeah, so there's a bunch of documentation here. Everfit Python API docs. So there's API docs. I guess it's coming from Zapier. Yeah, so you can use this in order to kind of make this build out possible. Otherwise, you can't just connect to the actual Everfit application where you need the API keys and things like that. So create the safe foundation, the Stripe test mode, assign Supabase edge functions, durable event records, make lifecycle webhooks, and then configure the checkout and billing. So these parts are actually fairly easy. You can use ChatGPT or Claude to kind of set it up together. It's probably done it 100 times, so it would essentially give you a pretty good authentication and a Stripe checkout flow. What else? Create the record that prevents duplicates. This is very important. So verify Stripe events, membership states, and unique operations. It's very important that things don't get counted twice. So purchase onboarding. So once the invoice is paid, you want the current subscriptions to be able to activate the memberships and then provide some sort of action after that. So something needs to happen as soon as the Stripe payment has gone through. So you can use like the Edge function in Supabase, get the verified Stripe signature, and then insert whatever subscription success that you would have. And that needs to be recorded in your Supabase dashboard, right? Or not dashboard, database. What else? In Everfit, search by email before inviting. It's important. Payment, build out the payment recovery. Cancel, revoke on schedule. So customer portal cancellations, cancel scheduled. So when subscription is canceled, it's very important that the user loses access on the following renewal date. So if they had subscription that started on like August 3rd and then they canceled on August like 15th, they should still have access up until September 3rd, where they their new cycle was supposed to end, right? So otherwise, they would have to go through like actually asking for like a prorated refund or something like that. But normally for a SaaS product, that's how it essentially works. Connect onboarding and program delivery. So once they activate the membership, there should be like a welcome sequence, some sign onboarding form, and then validate submission, and then Everfit assignment. So it's just getting that dialing that onboarding process. This is essentially a very like almost a very full stack application that you have to integrate with. So you have to think like a full stack developer. Yeah, just some monitoring in place, and then some things you have to look out for when what to do when something fails, right? So yeah, so this is kind of like the main things that you have to look at. So there's Everfit documentation as well here. Oops. So yeah, I guess it is like a Zapier type of integration. How to set up your Zap, that includes Everfit events. So Zapier as well as another tool that you can use. It's similar to Make, but if that's the only place that has like the Everfit automations or integrations, then that may be your only option. But yeah, if you guys wanted to look at it and kind of get back to me and see how the integration goes and how how you guys can kind of like see if you guys yeah, if you guys want to just let me know how that goes and if you're able to start this build out. Otherwise, I will have some sort of long form full integration sometime this week for this. If you guys really want it, just leave a comment and I'll make this a priority. But slowly start out these build outs just depending on what people really want to do, right? So yeah, so on to the next build and on to the next integrations. All right, so this is our next job posting. This is for a bilingual AI voice agent developer, real estate lead qualification. So I'm building a voice AI agency targeting real estate professionals, wholesalers, investors, agents, and brokers in the US and Latin America. I need a bilingual English/Spanish voice AI agent built for my first client demo. What the agent needs to do is answer calls and auto detect if the caller speaks English or Spanish. Qualify the caller. Are they the property owner? Why are they selling? Property conditions, expected price. Book the appointment directly into Google Calendar. Send a summary via SMS or WhatsApp after the call. Also required integration with WhatsApp Business API. Simple billing setup via Stripe and a short Zoom call or video demonstrating yada yada yada. Important, the Spanish voice must sound fully native, natural, not translated or robotic, as most of my clients are Spanish speaking. Please quote a fixed price for this entire project, your estimated delivery time, and we'll share an audio example of a similar agent you built. So I'm going to go through the information doc that you guys will be getting if you just join the free community, my school community. It'll be somewhere in the classrooms. You'll be able to download all the documents from this video and any of other builds I have made. So bilingual AI voice agent. So we want English with Spanish real estate lead qualification using retail, Google Calendar, Twilio, and Stripe. So essentially what this workflow would be, so we'll get a retail inbound. So if you guys don't know what retail is, we can go to the website. Retail AI voice agent platform. So this is what we'll be providing, like the AI agent capabilities for this call. It's basically a call center. So it's basically LLM based human-like voice conversational AI. So exactly what this kind of person needs. It is obviously there's a price to everything. It does cost quite a decent amount, but if you're getting deals for like leads for real estate, then I think something like this would be actually worth it. So since the deals are so big, something like this, for you to get a nice I guess deal or a house, what a house can go for $300,000 or $400,000. I'm in Canada, it could go for millions. So whatever percentage you get from that, selling or buying that or flipping it as well, is nothing compared to what the cost that this could be. So it could be a good kind of integration. So we qualify the lead. So we're asking questions about what property they have, why they're selling, and things like that that they already provided for us. We'll book, reserve a calendar invite after we've confirmed that's the kind of the ICP that we want, and then confirm with the SMS message with WhatsApp and things like that. So before we start, we need to start with these few things. So the retail workspace that I just showed you, that'll own the phone agent, the numbers, and the call logs. And then we'll use Node TypeScript APIs. This will handle the backend portion of it for any webhooks, API calls, and we'll host that somewhere on Fly.io or like AWS server, something like that. And then Postgres or Supabase, we can use that for saving any of the messages, any of the book calls, and any verifications or anything like that that we need. And then we use Google Calendar that can be integrated very easily through Google's API. We can integrate into our backend databases. Twilio messaging. If you are watching this from another video, I've covered Twilio a little bit, but Twilio is basically the kind of go-to for any SMS and messaging things. So you can get like new numbers, new phone numbers, SMS, text messaging. It becomes very easy using Twilio. Let's go back. Stripe. Everyone knows what Stripe is, right? Let's just go over that as well real quick. So it's a payment processor. So pretty much worldwide payment processing, you can do this. There's some countries that are restricted, but for Latin America and things like that, I think it's still fine. So we also need a native Spanish reviewer, so someone who actually is able to kind of test out the platform and actually use it. Otherwise, like I don't speak Spanish, so if we had someone that would be able to translate this or kind of see if it actually is a good implementation, that would be good. So first we create the safe foundation of the application. So retail test number that goes to our HTTPS API with our TypeScript and Node combination, and that saves it in the Postgres. No production credentials and no reseller seller data. That's like the happy path. And then we can go into create the durable call and booking record. So once the calls have come in, the durable part will be with Superbase. So we'll save the tenant ID, reseller caller ID, or call identity request, start for a fixed demo slot. So we can keep the original words in the transcript, but store owner status, reason, conditions, and so all that information we get from the seller, we can store. So I also have like the the tables that we want, the table call runs, table booking operations, and the messaging operations. So we have these three tables to kind of keep all these records in. So, and then now we have to also configure the bilingual retail agent. So reseller conversation flow agent, global settings, language multi-select, English and Spanish. So they have those two options available. So we can use both of those. This we also have like added this global prompt. So that the agent is aware of what scenario it's in. So the role will be your Avanti AI's bilingual real estate intake assistant. Language match the callers English or Spanish. Do not translate their answers into a different language. They have to make sure that they're talking with the actual person and not just being very robotic as it said in the job posting. Qualify, fill owner's status, reason for selling, property conditions, expected price, ask one question at a time, and then the bookings. Never invent availability, call gets available slots, and then safety. Do not give legal, tax, or valuation advice. So just don't go off the rails, right? Booking of your separate read-only availability for the reversible calendar rights, then return success only after real event ID is stored. So this is just about the booking system. So store the reviewed post-call results. So we can have like a post request for the webhook events with a raw request body, handle call start and call end and call analyze item potency keys. Use call analyze for the final structure. So just go through the whole like post call results. So and then we have to send the confirmation only after the booking has succeeded. So use the stored calendar event as a source of truth. Ask for the caller's preferred channel and send one compliant confirmation, whether that's text messaging or again calling or whatnot, or email or something like that. So ask whether they want SMS or WhatsApp. Record permissions, default to SMS, of course. So and then package the demo for 2-3 plans, valid native Spanish record, and record the walkthrough. And then that kind of completes the whole process, right? And then there's failure handling as well in this documentation, and the final documentation that you would need to go through. So going through the documentations is actually very important as well. We have the retail documentation, which is kind of like the big bulk of what you need to learn. If you go through this, you'll get like a pretty good understanding of what tools you need to use and what configurations, and Google Calendar as well. Alternatively, if you don't want to use go through the documentations for Google, you can also use make.com or N8N to make a simpler process. They also use Twilio and Stripe as well, so you can integrate those well as well. I wonder if they have retail. I actually never checked this. Retail. Yeah, so they have retail as well. So you can actually use make.com for this whole integration without using TypeScript or Node or anything like that, which would make it a little bit easier for you depending on how you like building and how you like creating these automations. For if you are going the TypeScript or Node JS route, creating custom applications, nowadays it's pretty easy with Cloud Code or Codex or whatever coding agent that you want to be using. And that way, if there's any future changes, creating more custom builds becomes very easy. And it's just a matter of asking one of these agents to modify it, but you, since you're doing these pro clients, you should be more familiar with the coding. But if something like make.com is more comfortable for you, then you should go that route, right? So it becomes like pretty easy. You can just keep adding these little nodes here. Stripe, we have Stripe here, and then we can even add what's it called, Google, the calendar. I'm just like randomly putting these together, but I just wanted to show you how you can kind of put these all together. What was our last thing? Stripe, Twilio. Yeah, there's Twilio as well. It's not in the correct orientation, but So this is basically the full build at the end of the day. Um, Not in the right order, but I just wanted to show you that all the individual tools that you can use here. But yeah, so if there's any other questions or if you guys want me to actually make this whole full build, let me know also if you wanted the more make.com automation route or if you want me to use actual custom code and to build it that way. I can do either one. I'm pretty good at like the actual engineering portion and automation portion, so I can be very flexible. So leave a comment below and I'll deal with one of those. And that's it for this build. Thank you.